this past month, the state of Texas passed new laws. They reduced the drinking age to 18. How do you feel about that? How do you think that's going to affect our society?
I think they're going to be a lot more crashes, and more people are going to die now.
Okay. And the second law that they passed this month, because of the surrounding states around Texas, laws legalized weed. Texas is now taking part in, well, they basically just legalized weed in Texas because Colorado, California are next to Texas, so they want to start on the West Coast first. How do you feel about that?
Weed is...
How do you feel it's going to affect? How do you feel that that's going to affect the crimes that do to drugs? And
they're going to be a lot more green stuff now. And people are going to get high, coming to school, like always. And yeah, that's how I feel about it.
All right. Another one is the government has issued a nationwide curfew now. From ages 12 to 17 must be inside before 12 o'clock without parental supervision. How do you feel about that?
I don't like that.
Why not?
Because curfew should be like till whenever you want.
Well, it is for ages over 17.
Oh.
So from ages 12 to 17, if you don't have a parent with you, you have to be inside by 12 o'clock. If not, then your parents are able to get ticketed.
Nah.
They just passed the law. Like, how do you feel about it? You feel it? How you feel about it?
I don't feel anything about that.
You don't like it?
I don't like that at all.
All right. Okay, now I know what they said in public schools, the state of Texas is kids can only bring their phones to school if they turn them off and turn them in when they first get to school, and they can get them back at the end of the day. How do you feel
What?
about that?
No.
It's only public
It's
school.
only
public
school.
school.
It's only public school.
Only public school?
Yeah, they have to turn in. They have to give they have to turn in their phone when they first get there, and then at the end of the school day, they can get them back.
Oh yeah, I don't care about public school.
All right, thank you.
So, Grace, how do you feel about marijuana being legalized in America?
I think it's cool. It's good.
Would you handle it?
No, okay.
All right, another law. How do you feel about only allowing a certain amount of guns for certain people, for one person?
I like that rule because it's for gun control and I am for gun control.
What do you think about the drinking age being reduced to 18? That's all I need. Next question. Nationwide curfew at 12 for ages 17 and below?
It's stupid.
It's stupid?
Stupid.
Okay. Kids can only bring their phones to school
Stupid.
if they turn in and get them back at the end of the day.
It's stupid.
Didn't even finish the question.
Stupid.
Alright. We've got a few questions for you here, sir. How do you feel about the drinking age being reduced to 18 years old nationwide?
I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Alright. How do you feel about cannabis, marijuana being legal nationwide as well?
I think that's 2 steps in the right direction.
Alright, thank you. Alright. How do you feel about only allowing a certain amount of guns for people? Like, they can only have a certain amount. They can't have as many as they want.
I think that's a good choice too, because there are some crazy maniacs out there that just go crazy with the strap.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. Nationwide curfew at 12 for ages 17 and below. Can you dig?
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
That's stupid. I ain't down with that.
Kids can only bring their phones to school if they turn them in and get them back at the end of the day. Y'all feel?
Nah, man, because I got to do some business while I'm in class with my phone.
I feel you, bro.
So no, that's stupid.
All right, thank you for your participation, sir.
All right, 3, go.
Drinking age reduced to 18. Y'all feel?
No.
Weed legal?
Shaw.
Only allowed a certain amount of guns for one person.
Shaw.
Nationwide curfew at ages 17.
Stupid.
You got one?
Yeah.
kids can only bring their phones to school if they turn them in and get them back at the end of the day.
No.
Thanks for the in-depth answer. Thanks, man.
Whose bag is this?
Well, the first one is the drinking age is reduced to 18. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, the drinking age to 18, I mean, it's not, I don't see it as a very big deal, but I mean, I think it is still a big deal because there are a lot of teen drinkers, and I mean, it's just making it easy for them to get alcohol, and that's probably going to...
And the second law that was passed, because of the surrounding states around Texas, state laws say that weed is legal. They now made weed legal in Texas. How do you feel about that?
I mean, there's so many people that already use it. Why? I mean, it's illegal. Why? I mean, there's so many people that use it. That's all there is to it. So many people use it. Technically, it already is legalized because that many people use it.
Alright.
But now it's just easier to get it.
Alright, now, the third law that was passed this month says gun owners are only allowed a certain amount of guns because they're restricted to law enforcement and military personnel only.
I mean, I hunt and I use guns, but like some that I just like, I don't think somebody should own that. Like, if you're walking around, you got a 50 caliber rifle, you got a Barrett 50 cal or some stuff, or you got AK-47s. I think it's a little much. So yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I don't think I think there should be a limited amount of guns, but I think there should be like limitations on what kind of guns you can own.
Okay, but the law says how many guns per hunting do y'all take or do you own?
That I own?
Yeah.
Well, me and my dad probably together we have probably around 25, maybe 30.
Okay, but they said that one family is only limited to one gun per parent.
Now that's messed up because my mother, she has a concealed handgun license. She has a pistol for herself. My dad and me have pistols, shotguns, and rifles, and compound bows. I know that's not a gun, but it's still a weapon, high-powered weapon. But I think that's just doesn't make any sense right there.
Alright, the fourth law says it's a nationwide curfew now. It's from ages 12 to 17, and they have to be in by midnight.
That's not gonna happen. That's my opinion on that.
They said it's a nationwide curfew from ages 12 to 17, and they said the consequence is that your parents can get ticketed for it if their kids aren't inside by 12.
Well, if they get ticketed, I mean, I'll try and abide by it, but if I am out later than that, I'm just gonna avoid everybody, and if they ask me for my name, I'm gonna tell them some bull.
The fifth law that was passed is kids can only bring their phones to school if they turn them off and get them back at the end of the day. Meaning you have to give your phone to. In public schools nowadays, they're making the kids giving phones to the principals, and they can get it back at the end of the day.
That will not happen. I would never do something like that.
But it's a law now. So how do you feel about it? Yeah.
I think that's wrong. Because I mean, what if something wrong goes happen in school? I mean, these days we see people walking into schools with guns and killing a bunch of kids. I mean, if you're a parent and that something happens like that at your kid's school, and you can't get a hold of them, you're gonna be pretty worried. So I think they should like revoke that law because I don't think that's right.
Okay, so this past month, the state of Texas and the government recently passed new laws. And the first law that was passed was they reduced the drinking age to 18, so it's now illegal for 18-year-old kids to buy alcohol. How do you feel about that?
Okay. Well, it really isn't a surprise for me because back in Peru, that's exactly what we do. 18 years old is the legal age for everything, so I think it's okay.
Okay, and because of our surrounding states, with Colorado and California, and weed in those states is legal, they now legalize weed in Texas. How do you feel that that's going to affect our society?
I think that's terrible because we are probably going to see an increase on violence and, accidents and just irresponsible people, using those illegal drugs. So I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, and also, now, the state of Texas they didn't have a limit for the amount of guns you had, but now it's only one handgun per adult in the household.
For the amount of what?
Guns, firearms that you have. If it's a mom and a dad in the house, they can only have one gun each. So if you have like guns for hunting or something, they're gonna take them all away. How do you feel about that?
Good. I hate guns.
Okay. And another one is it's a nationwide curfew for ages 12 through 17. If you don't have parental supervision, you have to be inside by 12 o'clock. If not, then your parents could be ticketed. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's a good idea to have some control over the kids. They shouldn't be just wandering around that late. But I don't think it's a good idea to put to put the parents away. If you know.
Well, then they're just gonna give them a ticket. But that's
if it's a ticket, yeah, then that's good.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And the last one, in public schools, they're requiring the kids to turn in their phones as soon as they get into school. And when the bell rings to release from school, they can pick up their phones. How do you feel about that?
Well, they didn't have that before, so I think it's a good idea because back in the day, nobody had a phone. So I don't think it's a bad idea to just put away the phones.
Okay. So the first law that was passed this past month was that the state of Texas reduced the drinking age to 18. How do you feel about that, and how do you feel it's going to affect society?
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Why not?
Mostly because kids who are 18, they definitely will abuse that. Like, I mean, technically they already do, but now it's going to be legal, so more people are going to be doing that, which is kind of stupid, if you ask me.
Okay, and then the second law is because of the surrounding states around Texas, Colorado, and California legalized weed. Texas is now partaking in the legalization of weed. How do you feel that? How do you feel that's going to affect the crime rate in Texas, or if it's going to be beneficial for people?
I'm not really sure about that because technically marijuana isn't like addictive. It's not a gateway drug like most people say it is. People actually use it to help them get over addictions. So I don't know whether that's going to be good or bad.
Okay. The third law is for Texas citizens that have guns, they're only allowing one handgun per adult in a household. How do you feel about that? They're now restricting guns to police personnel and military personnel only.
Handguns for sure, definitely one per person if like they have the necessary requirements to have a gun. I don't think guns are very good for people to have in their homes because if they have children, the children might have access to those guns. Mostly handguns, but if it's like rifles, that's like hunting and stuff, that's different.
Okay. The fourth law is a nationwide curfew now. Ages 12 through 17 must be inside by 12 o'clock without supervision. So like from ages 12 to 17, if you don't have a parent with you, you have to be inside by 12 o'clock. How do you feel about that?
I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
I don't got nothing.
No,
I think that's actually a pretty good idea, mostly because you don't want like younger kids roaming around at night at like 1 o'clock in the morning, because then that causes it leads to like predators, they could like get them easier. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The fifth one is in public schools, the state of Texas is requiring that kids turn in their phones when they get to school, and then after school, when the bell rings, they can go pick up their phones and go home. How do you feel about that?
I agree with that. My school did that, and it's actually better because kids need to pay attention in class. I'm sorry. I know all the kids in the school, they're like, we want our phones and stuff, but pay attention, honestly.
Yeah. All right, that's all of them. So this past month, the state of Texas and the government passed new laws. They reduced the drinking age to age of 18. How do you feel about that?
I think that's awesome.
How do you feel it's going to affect our society?
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
As far as what?
As far as discipline and safety on the streets.
All right. The second law they passed was because the surrounding states around Texas, like Colorado and California, weed is legalized in those two states. They now are allowing weed to be legal in Texas. How do you feel that that's going to affect our society?
I mean, it's just there's going to be a lot of irresponsible people on the on the streets and stuff.
All right. The third law is they're only allowing per household. They're only allowing one handgun per adult. How do you feel about that? So even if you have rifles to hunt, then they're taking those away. How do you feel about that?
I think that's unfair. If you have your gun, what is it? Your papers for your gun, I don't think they should be able to take away.
Alright, and another thing, It's a nationwide curfew for ages 12 to 17. If you don't have an adult supervision with you, then you have to chill out, bro. If you don't have an adult with you, and you're between the ages of 12 and 17, then they can ticket your parents for you not being your child.
What? I don't like that. I mean, you're just treating 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds like babies. I don't think that's fair.
You don't feel it's gonna help the crime rate and
I mean, it's not like 12-year-olds are committing any crimes anyway.
And the last one is in public schools, they're requiring for the kids to turn in their phones when they get to school, and at the end of school, they can pick them up. How do you feel about that?
I think that's stupid. I mean, because college is going to have a lot of temptations, and we might as well learn how to deal with them now instead of being babied through high school.